Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to check the security features of paper banknotes and polymer banknotes. And I have 6 banknotes here because we will be also checking the more complex security features on each material. And I also want to share everyone this knowledge because there's a lot of counterfeit banknotes, and maybe you could stumble upon one and you'd get scammed or something. And I might also give how to spot a counterfeit banknote tip in the end. I don't have one myself, but maybe it's just a little bit of a tip. So yeah, so we'll start off first with the paper banknotes. We grew up with these, so of course I have to start with these. And plus they're called paper money anyways, so yeah. I'll just adjust my lighting. Yeah. There you go. Alright. So here I have a Jamaican $50 note. So this banknote has one of the simplest security features. So over here is a watermark, which is like kind of a hidden image type of thing. So if you point a light behind it, you're gonna see whatever. Could be a boat, could be a bird, but it's mostly the bigger. It's mostly just the portrait of the bigger one in the here, yeah. And over here is a security thread, a windowed security thread to be exact. So you can see that these. Oh, my picture just fell. You can see that these shiny foil type of things here. So if you point a light behind it, you may see a line. So that's its purpose. And here is a latent image, which is another hidden image, which if you point it at the right angle, you may be able to see something. In this case it's the number 50, because it's $50. You can see that, I think. And there is intaglio printing, or raised printing. Basically that's engraving, but they didn't etch into the paper. They engraved into a metal plate, put ink in there and stamped it onto this, so it's raised ink. And this banknote in particular is actually not even paper. This is a hybrid banknote. This is a polymer paper hybrid. But either way, it still counts as paper. So yeah. Next up is not really that complex. So you have the same thing, the window security thread, the watermark. What else? Basically that's it. But if we look behind, we have another security feature, which is an iridescent ink. So basically what this does is, if you tilt it the right way, you're gonna be able to see like a bit of a shiny stuff. So yeah, it's kind of a hidden image as well. Now we move on to a bit complex security feature. So, like the example earlier, there was this window security thread, but it was just a foil type of security thread. In this case, we have a color changing security thread. So right now we can see it as purple. In the camera it doesn't look that purple, but if we tilt it, it will turn green. So this is a color changing security thread. Still has the same purpose of making the line into a single one, but it's color changing, very cool. Still have the watermark over here and the latent image. You can see number 20. And here is a color changing ink, which again is just the same as the security thread. So from purple to green. Here is another interesting security feature. This is what's called a see-through register. So if you watch my videos, you may know what that is, but if you're watching this for the first time, this is basically this other half of the image printed in the front. Well, it's a whole image, but it's split into two, so half of the image is on the front, half of it is on the back. So when you point it on a light source, you may see the image form. In our case, it's an elephant. I think, yeah, it's an elephant. Why are you not focusing? There you go. We get to a more complex one. This is a Thai 100 baht banknote. So we still have the security thread. It's also color changing, but this time it's a rolling security thread. So you can see there's this pattern type of thing here, and it's rolling. So you can see it's from like pinkish something to green. And over here is like a sparkling, I forgot what we call it. Let's just call it a spark. So if you like tilt this, it's like sparkling or shining. It's like glittery here. We still have the same security features from earlier. There's still raised ink. There's still the latent image down here. Oh wow, we cannot see it properly. Yeah, you can see that. And we have the watermark still. Now we get to the more complex one. Ooh. So here is a Turkish 20 lira banknote. So in our case, we don't have a windowed security thread, but it's one of the most simpler forms. But yeah, we have a complex security feature here, but we will go to the simpler one first. So one of the simpler forms of the security features is this security thread, embedded security thread in the middle of the banknote. So yeah, it's like magic or something. And here again we have the watermark from earlier, the see-through register of the number 20, and there's raised ink all over it. And over here is another latent image of the denomination. You can see it's 20. But here is the interesting part. This is the interesting part. This is a holographic strip. So when you tilt it, it shines, you know, it goes into different colors. Now this is the cool part. So if you tilt this, you can see it's TL 20, TL 20, TL. They also have this security feature in British banknotes. That's really cool. And in the reverse we have a iridescent ink once again. Now we've seen a rolling security thread earlier and a color changing ink. Now what if we combine them and make it much bigger? Well, here's an example from China. This is a 5 yuan banknote from China. This is from 2020. This is one of the recent ones. So you can see this, it's also color changing. So you can see it from gold to green, and you can see the rolling thing. So yeah, really cool. And lastly, we will see something much cooler. So if you have not watched my videos before, I have this 1000 Japanese yen banknote. This is the new yen banknote. So we have one of the simple security features as always, the watermark, which is in the middle, the raised ink, iridescent. We have iridescent ink on the sides, and we have a latent image in the back. But here is the cool part. So you can see this. This is a holographic foil. So if we tilt this, you can see the image inside moving, so you can see the head tilting, and I think that's pretty cool. And this banknote series was actually released very recently, back in July 2024, almost a year now. I don't know if you can see that. It's not focusing on the bell, so you can see. That's pretty cool. So yeah, that wraps up the paper banknotes. Now we will go to the polymer banknotes, which are actually a bit more complex. So the first polymer banknote is this one. This is the simplest form of a polymer banknote. This is from Australia, so obviously, because Australia made the first polymer banknotes in the world, they're the ones to pioneer it. Actually, the first successful polymer banknote. So the simplest features of the polymer banknote is a clear window, this complex clear window. And in this series of banknotes, they have a watermark in here, but in the newer series they removed it. I don't know if you can see that. That's the coat of arms of Australia. And another see-through register with the Commonwealth star. Oops. Here's one with a bit complex, not really complex, just, you know, I don't even know how you call it. So obviously the clear window in here, but there's an embossed printing, so, well, it's a latent image kind of thing. So if you tilt that, you may be able to see 20 with some patterns behind. And you can see these purple things, so when you tilt them you can see gold in them. In this case it's blue. Same for the ones down here. And we still have the security features from earlier. We have a see-through register. In this case, this is the map of Mexico along with a compass and a shadow image of the bigger portrait. And there's a line here. There's a shadow security thread. I think that's really cool. So we get to the complex one. So this is from Canada. So obviously you've seen this from earlier, this security feature. We have this shiny thing here. Unfortunately it's not animated. I wish they would do that though. So yeah, you tilt it, it's colorful. You can see this one down here. It's like a little light show. And there's raised printing. Now, there's something cool about these Canadian banknotes in particular. This is an overlooked security feature on the top right. This is what's called a laser diffracting security feature. I forgot what we call it. But when you point a light in here, you may be able to see the denomination. So if we just point on my laser, I have a laser in here. So if we point the laser in the maple leaf, I don't know if you're seeing that. Then I just point it to the wall. You can see $5. See, I'm pointing it here. It's really cool. What if I just do this? Ah, that's a shame. Can't be seen. But yeah, that's really cool, and I think it would be much better if we use our own eyes to look with it, because the camera can see it properly, which is a big shame. So let's move on to the next one. Here is another Saudi Arabian banknote, which is from the same series as the one I earlier showed. So you can see, I like what they did here. So you see they just put these random foils on the side and then put an embedded shadow thread to make it seem like the security feature from earlier. And they have another embedded thread in here, and they have this window with a cool design and pattern, and there's this color changing ink, so it's from purple to blue or green, bluish green. And like the same banknote from earlier, we have this iridescent ink. So yeah, really cool. Now we go to the next one, which is another Australian banknote. So this one is much more complex than the first one we've seen. So this one has these things, these shiny things in them. I really like this feature because you can see if you tilt the bill, the bird appears to be like opening its wings. And over here is, I forgot what you call this, but when you tilt it, you can see the number 10, and you can see a reversed number 10. And there's an embossed printing down here. And here's a rolling color effect, so you can see from gold to green. And lastly we have this Scottish banknote with this color changing thing. I don't know what you exactly call that, but I like that. It's really cool. It's kind of hypnotic. And yes, it changes colors, so from gold to green. And there's also iridescent ink in the middle, and an embossed printing right here of the number 10. So yeah, that's the video for now. I hope you enjoy this, and I'll now give you tips to spot a fake or to verify if the banknote is real. So let's start off with paper banknotes. Okay, let me choose the crispiest one I have. So what I always do to confirm that a banknote is real is just I run my fingers through certain parts of it. So I run my finger through this braille right here. If it feels raised in any way, it's a real banknote. I scratch Mao Zedong's portrait on, like this one. It's real. It feels rough. And I just observe and then touch it, and it feels authentic. But we rub the certain parts of it to see if it's raised or anything. Now the polymer notes, what we can do is again the same thing. We just rub the certain parts of the bill, especially the texts in the portrait, but mostly the texts. If they feel raised, then it's real, and if it feels plasticky, then it's certainly real, because there's actually counterfeits that use paper and they just cut out bits and put like plastic in them. So yeah, I think that's the most like horrible counterfeit ever. So yeah, that's the video for now. I hope you enjoyed, well, not really enjoyed, but I hope you learned something new in this video, and I hope that you wouldn't encounter a counterfeit banknote, because that would be such a big shame. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching this video, and goodbye.